Love story. I would consider Jollof a love story because it felt like somebody looked at white rice and felt pity for it and thought, no, we can make you better. It felt like somebody saw rice and stew and thought, no, we need to grow old together and experience our qualities even more. And thought, hey, we'll make jollof. That is love. If I could speak to any Wolof clan member or anybody from the tribe, I wouldn't actually say anything. I would just bawl in tears of gratitude and hug them, and I think that would suffice as my expression of my gratitude for them inventing jollof. Beyond the taste of jollof, that is the, very essence of life or the climax of life, it's the process. It's that labor of love. The smoke starts it all. The wood, firewood. There is lit and that local cast iron pot that sits on top, that gets heated and holds in all that heat. It's like holding all that anger or that battle rage. Then the oil goes in and you fry your meat. The meat has already been boiled like it wasn't already dead enough, but yet it has to fight and live another day in hot fat, which actually fights for more of its life. But again, the meat rises out of that oil. This time, not pale, but brown and crispy and golden and just little nuggets of joy. Next attack is the stew. You have the stew that gets into this same oil. The oil thinks it has a second chance to win, but it doesn't know that the stew is only stooping to conquer. The flavors develop, and the meat stock, your omiero, as Yoruba people will call it, will get into the stew, and it feels like reinforcement for the men on the battlefield that it felt like, oh, we need more men, and the meat stock comes in to even enhance more of the flavor. Oh yes, we have our seasoning cubes, of course. Every Nigerian, you have to have that seasoning cube, and we know the seasoning cube by love. We have our thyme, we have our bay leaf. It feels like we're bringing all these different, instruments, our armored tanks or bow and arrows of the days past, and everything comes into this circle of fire to fight. Just fighting for one thing: the rice. The rice gets into the stew after it is bubbled and fried away. And it feels like a bride on her wedding day who everybody is running helter-skelter for, who everybody just wants to make sure that she's happy on that day. It felt like all that preparation was just for this rice. And the only thing this rice does is take a bath, washing away all the starch like it's going to hinder it from receiving its true crown, or should I say new garment, of oil and pepper and red and omiero. And it's this rice wedding day. And the smoke to me feels like the adorning crown or adorning crown jewels that it finally wears, because that's the smoke party flavor we've all come to love. This is when love truly happened. When the rice is soft and each pellet is as soft as clouds and just airy and just joy in your mouth. So it gets on your plate. Then you have your plantain, mommy cut, round, diced, however way you like it, it just has to be fried. Then you have your fork tender meat that has cooked for forever in the stew and falls apart even just by the touch of a fork. Then you have your extra stew for people like me who have trust issues with jollof, because you still want more of that stew flavor. And if you have the coleslaw type, you have to have it, which is your classic Nigerian salad, so to speak. Jollof truly makes people like me weak in my knees. Detox isn't strong enough.